Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I will invite you, if you have not yet found your seat, to please find a seat as we begin our Shabbat services tonight. We are so thrilled to see so many of you here. We have people who are here to celebrate Ben Kaiser becoming bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. We have people who are here to celebrate that they are going to camp this summer. We'll talk about that in a moment. We have people who are here because it's Shabbat, and we love Shabbat. And we have people who are here for all of the above. For so many different reasons, we come together to celebrate Shabbat tonight. And we are just so thrilled to have you all here. Just a quick reminder, if you have a device that makes noise, I think most of us do at this point, please do turn it to Do Not Disturb. If you want to create a services mode, I will teach you how to do that on your Apple Watch. Or you can even turn it off and really give yourself the gift of silence, the gift of being together in community tonight as we celebrate Shabbat together. We are going to begin our service this evening with the words of Hine Ma Tov on page 10.
Hine Ma Tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Sheverachim gam yachad. Sheverachim gam yachad.
It is my pleasure at this point in time to invite up Marcy Siegel, Sherry Kaiser, Haviva Siegel, and Sarah Siegel to help light our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. We continue welcoming in Shabbat with the words of Shir Chadash on page 344.
Shirul Adonai kol haaretz. Shirul Adonai shir chadash. Shiru shirul Adonai. Shiru shirul Adonai. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God
Our service continues on page 28 with the Baruch Hu, and I will invite you, if you are able, to please rise.
La 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 la.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure on the eve of his bar mitzvah to invite up Ben Kaiser to lead us in Ma'ariv Aravim on page 30.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhma poteach she'arim uvit vuna mishane itim umchalif et hazmanim umsader et hachochavim b'mishmerotecha barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech vechoshech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi layla umavdil bein yom ubein layla Adonai tzevaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them. For they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
We turn to page 34 and rise for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We continue with Mi Chamocha on page 40.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha ledar b'kodesh norati lo tosef eleh Norati lo rosefele Malchutecha ubanecha Bokei amite Moshe Ze Elianu ve'amru Ze Elianu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam ba'ed Adonai la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
On page 43 at the top, let's read together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We continue in a moment with Vishamru, and I just want to share a very quick story, which is to say that the prayer of Vishamru is all about how we should keep and guard Shabbat. And I, like many people I think in this room, grew up going to summer camp. I grew up going to Asrui. And when I was there for probably the first 4 summers that I was a camper there, I was so convinced that it did not rain on Shabbat. That God had this like dome over camp, and there wasn't rain, because probably for about my first 4 years, there was never rain on Shabbat. It would rain up until Shabbat, and it would stop maybe like 10 minutes before Shabbat happened, but it did not rain on Shabbat. And it was this magical thinking, this ability that we have at camp when we're kids, and I hope that we can take into adulthood as well, this magical thinking that camp is such a special place, and God is so present in that place that it doesn't rain on Shabbat. So I hope that you think about those ways that you had your sort of magical thinking, the experiences that you had at camp or in other places where you knew God was in this place, God protected Shabbat in some way, and so too do we. And so we continue now with Vishamru at the top of page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Israel, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidortam, berit olam.
We continue now with our congregational tefillah, which begins on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi Behaalotecha. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi Behaalotecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue now with Shalom Rav on page 60, followed by a few moments of silent prayer and reflection.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim ve'imru Amen. Ose shalom bimroma Uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, oh say shalom bimroma. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Amen ve'imru
We continue now with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our Torah service. Please rise.
Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Olam Omed, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Olam Omed, HaTorah le'al avodah le'al gemilut chasadim, HaTorah le'al avodah le'al gemilut chasadim, romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho, romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu, romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho, romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho.
Please be seated. This week, we are in the Torah portion of Behaalotecha, and Ben will read from the Torah tomorrow from this section and will teach us about this section of Torah. In this Torah portion, God speaks to Moses and describes the menorah for the tent of meeting, and the Levites are appointed to serve as assistants under Aaron and his sons. Those who are unable to celebrate Passover during its regularly scheduled time are given a second opportunity called Pesach Sheni, or second Passover, and a cloud by day and a fire by night show God's presence over the tabernacle. And when the cloud lifts from the tabernacle, the people leave Sinai, setting out on their journey tribe by tribe. If you would like to follow along with us tonight, you can follow along in our Eitz Chaim Chumashim. Those are the maroon books underneath the seats in front of you, or for the front row underneath your seats. We are on page 835. Ya'amod Asher Benjamin ben Benjamin v'Rachel likro haTorah. Ya'amdu Heschel ben Yaakov v'Avraham ben Heschel v'Zev ben Hershel la'aliyah haTorah.
Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe ve'aviha yarok yarak befaneha halo tikalehim shivat yamim tisager shivat yamim michutz lemachaneh ve'achar te'asef v'tisager Miriam mechutz lemachaneh Shivat Yamim, V'ha'am lo nasa ad ha'asef Miriam, V'achar naseu ha'am mechatzerot, V'yachanu b'midbar paran.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam atah b'dochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. One of the beauties of having students become B'nai Mitzvah is they learn Torah and they can come back year after year. So Asher, who just read Torah so beautifully, became Bar Mitzvah last year with this Parsha. And it is our hope that next year Ben will come back to read Torah on the Shabbat just before whoever's B'nai Mitzvah it is. Actually, I don't think we have one, but you're going to come back anyways and read Torah. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's why we don't have a Torah commentary passing tonight, but you're going to come back hopefully and read Torah for us, just like Asher did, to continue that tradition that we have. While we have the Torah out in our midst, we take a moment now to think about those in our community, our families who are in need of healing, whether that's healing of mind or body or spirit. And this week we think of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Rabbi Fred Wenger, Arnold Zahn, James Koenig, Arthur Lang, Nailish Mehta, Rachel Basio, Sonia Maria Reimar Miller, Carol Pretnar, Denise Fleischer, Melissa Bowman, Frederick Bryan, Rob Dicker, and all who suffer whom we know not by name. Mi Yishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, Ve'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah, Hu Yivarech V'Yirapeh Kol Cholei Yisrael, Vayishlach lahem bimhera refuah shlema, refuata nefesh, refuata guf, v'nomar. Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen. We continue now singing Misha Berach on page 253. Ta'amod Yoel ben Yochanan Udina Hagba. Ta'amod Shoshana bat Rivka Golelet. Please rise as we lift and dress the Torah.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to invite up Aaron Siegel to lead us in our prayer for the country on page 258, and Connie Kolisnik to read our prayer for Israel on page 259.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Do I read the top line? Just the bottom. Okay.
O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread it over the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
We turn to page 256 as we return the Torah to the Ark. Please rise.
Etz chaim hilama chazikim bavetocheha meushar. Etz chaim hilama chazikim bavetocheha meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those who will pass to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who will pass to it, all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please be seated. So I shared earlier that I grew up going to camp, and I won't tell you how many years ago I started going because it's either going to make everybody feel very old or very young, and I don't want to offend anybody. But needless to say, I have spent many years, I have spent decades going to Jewish summer camps and Jewish youth programs. And the reason that I am a rabbi is because I went to those programs, and because I had the opportunity to be in a Jewish community and to meet other people who were like me, and to meet other people who loved being Jewish as much as me, and who loved singing on Shabbat, and who loved swimming and climbing the tower and horseback riding and doing all those things while being Jewish. And there was something just so special and unique about that. And perhaps for me, one of my all-time favorite things about camp was that on Friday nights, we would have Shabbat services wherever our unit was having services, and then we would eat dinner as a whole camp together. And then we would come together for Shabbat Shirah, this time of singing and sort of seated dancing, if you can imagine that. And just everybody is really excited to be there together. And I see lots of nodding heads for those of you who have been to Shabbat Shirah, right? You know sort of what I'm talking about. And in the middle of Shabbat Shirah, the songs get a little bit quieter, and we all come together, and somebody tells a story. And these are where I learned most of my stories that I share with you all, were because I heard them year after year after year and came to know them and love them. And so I wanted to share one of those stories now before we continue to celebrate our campers who are here tonight, who are going to camp. And this is a story that happened a long, long time ago. And a long time ago, there was a man, he lived in India, and he was a water bearer. And every day his job was to go, and he had these 2 pots hanging on a stick, and his job was to pick them up and to walk up the hill and to go and get water and to bring them back down to his town. And he did this from the time that he was young, and this became his role in his community, was to bring water to his community. And he did this every day. He left with his empty pots, he picked them up, he put them over his shoulders, he walked up the hill to go to the stream to get the water, he filled the pots with water, and then he walked back down back to his village. Now, what do you know, but one day the man looked down and he noticed that in one of the pots there was a crack. It hadn't been there for very long, but he didn't really know, but he noticed this crack. And he didn't really have enough resources or materials to be able to fix it, so he just kept on going. And every day he would pick up the pots on the stick, and he would put them over his shoulder, and he would climb up the hill, and he would go fill up the water. But he noticed that at the time that he got back down the hill, that pot that had a crack in it only had half of the amount of water. And even though this was happening every day, he still continued to do exactly the same thing every day. And he tried to get as much water as he could to bring back to his village. And one day he picked up his pots and he's walking up the hill, and all of a sudden he hears this voice, and he looks around, and all of a sudden he realizes that pot with the crack in it is talking to him. And it says, "Sir, I just want to talk to you for a minute. I just want to apologize. I'm so sorry that I have this crack and that I'm leaking out all this water and I'm making your job harder, and I hope that you can forgive me for making your life so much harder." And the man said to him, "Why do you have to apologize?" And he said, "Over the years, you've been so helpful, and you've helped bring so much water to my village, to my community, to my family, all of these things. Why are you apologizing?" And the pot said, "But I'm making your life so much harder, and I'm not able to contain as much water as I once was." And they sort of went back and forth about this. And finally, the man said to the pot, he said, "Look, the next time tomorrow, when I pick you up, when we go up the hill, as we're coming back down the hill, I want you to just look down and see what's there." And the pot's looking at him like, "Okay, I don't really understand why you want me to do that, but sure." So the next day comes, and the man picks up the pots that are on the stick, and he puts them over his shoulder, and he walks up the hill, and he fills them both with water. And he starts to walk back down the hill, and he walks a little bit slower this time. And as the pot looks down, the pot notices all this green grass that's right in line with where he is, and these flowers that have bloomed, and these bushes that have grown. And it was all because of the water that he leaked. And he recognized in that moment that he was able to bring life to this area where they don't have as much water and where they do struggle. And he recognized that even though he was a little bit different, that he was helping in a different kind of way. It wasn't that he was bringing water, helping all the way back to the village, some of that, but he was also helping life to grow and helping life to sustain in that area. And from that point on, the pot felt proud that he was able to contribute in this way to his world and to his community. And so with that, I want to invite some people who are contributing to our community in a way which is that they are going to camp, and they are bringing that ruach, that spirit, back with them after they come back from camp. So if you are going to camp this summer, will you come on up to the bima? I know we have some of you because I've seen you. Come on up. All right, we got lots of you. here, Marla and I want to offer you a blessing because we know how exciting it is that you all get to go to camp. Does anybody have a countdown going for when you get to leave?
Well, kinda.
Kinda. I definitely do. You do.
It's 10 days after I go to Cedar Point, and I'm having a countdown to go to Cedar Point.
So David knows exactly when he's going to camp. It's awesome.
I love camp. I like all the activities. I mean, I like the part where we're like sometimes in the cabin just relaxing after half of the day.
Right?
And then you get back up again and do all that.
And you get to do it all again. That is the beauty of it, right? We have a lot of organized things that happen at camp, but some of the best moments that happen are when we're sitting in our dorm or our bunk or our tent or our cabin and we're just hanging out with our friends and we're relaxing and we're getting to know other people and we're building community. So Marla and I want to offer you this prayer. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu shetolichenu l'shalom v'tatzi edenu l'shalom v'tadrechenu l'shalom v'tismechenu l'shalom. May it be your will, Adonai, our God and God of our ancestors, that you lead us towards peace, guide our footsteps towards peace, and make us reach our desired destination for life, for gladness, and for peace.
May it be your will, eternal our God, that you depart on your way to camp in peace, and may your steps be guided in the way of peace.
May you find learning and growth along the way. May you make new friends, renew old friendships, and learn more about yourselves.
May the mosquitoes be guided away from you, and may the raindrops not fall into your dorms, cabins, or tents.
May the food be delicious and the pool be the right temperature always, and may you seek out new experiences and try new things.
May you return home in one piece with all your belongings, and may you ever yearn to return to the land of summer camp.
And let us say, Amen.
All right, good job. And if you have not gotten your camp t-shirts yet, they are waiting for you outside. That's another one. You got it. There's more for you outside. You can wear it.
And I will just say that those of you who are adults who are jealous of all these kids going to camp, there are always roles that need to be filled at camp, and you too can return to summer camp Sunday if you would like to. And at the very least, you can come on our congregational retreat. It is my pleasure to invite up Karen Butterfield for some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Karen Butterfield, and here are some announcements. Thank you to our usher, Taylor Richier, and our greeter, Jody Freeman, and our security team. Thank you to Cindy Michelasi for the beautiful music. Mazel Tov to Ben Kaiser and his family on Ben becoming a bar mitzvah. Join us tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. to celebrate Ben being called to the Torah. Yasher Koach Asher on reading Torah. Our first dinner in the lot is this coming Tuesday, June 13th. Join us for a night of community dinner from Pita Pita Mediterranean Grill and a brief discussion on Jewish spirituality. There is still time to register. Are you familiar with the Aleph Bet, but wish you could read our Hebrew prayers? Marla Viva Bentley will be teaching a summer Hebrew intensive starting July 12th for adults that want to increase their level of Hebrew decoding and build a higher level of understanding. For more information on upcoming events, check out our weekly happenings email. Please join us after services for a wonderful oneg in the social hall sponsored by the Kaiser family in honor of Ben. Shabbat Shalom.
We are going to begin to conclude our service with Aleinu. It is my pleasure to invite up Garrett Siegel and Shane Mix to help us open our ark doors. We are on page 282. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
ונאמר בחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who have died at this season and in years past. And on this Shabbat, we remember Gerda Luner, wife of Charles Luner, Jean Wigder, mother of Marv Wigder, Nathan Gorbian, grandfather of Diane Rubacek, Ralph Merkovitz, father of Rachel Wood, Sam Polk, father of Nancy Friedlander, Gertrude Levy, grandmother of Sarah Plotnick Anderson, Sylvia Porton, mother of Art Porton, Marjorie G. Brackman, mother of Barbara Freed, Harry Diamond, grandfather of Karen Butterfield, Frances Krause, mother of Daniel Krause, Gunborg Hallberg, grandmother of Lena Benson, Jeffrey David Silver, brother-in-law of Lori Silver, Emmanuel Jacobson, father of Amanda Jacobson, Nathan Stoller, father of Seymour Stoller, George Feinberg, father of Stuart Feinberg, Richard Seffman, father of Julie Benario, Joanne Soyring, mother of Lauren Triffler, friend of Mark Triffler, Rudolph Rich, and we mourn the recent passing of Carol Lambert, mother of David Lambert, grandmother of Benjamin Jonas and Ivy Lambert. We turn now as one community to the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyamechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman kariv imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha barichum, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen.
V'imru, Amen. V'imru, Amen. V'imru, Amen. V'imru, Amen.
Please be seated. We conclude our service with Zeh Hayom. Do we have a page number?
Oh, we do.
I forgot to put a page number, I realized.
I forgot to put it on there too.
Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila V'nismecha Bo. Those are the words. I'm going to look for them while Cindy starts singing. I'm not sure that it's actually in here, is what I'm...
It is, but I think it's in the Hallel section.
It is in Hallel. See, this is why, right, even rabbis make mistakes and forget to put page numbers, and then we don't know. Maybe I'll give a prize to whoever finds it first. Anybody? check the index. I checked the index. That's the problem. Here we go. Let's find it in here. 276. Marla Bentley gets the prize.
So this song is done like a call and response, and Rabbi Weiner will just follow her. Here we go. זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
עשה אדוני. זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
עשה אדוני. נגילה
נגילה
ונשמחה,
ונשמחה,
נגילה ונשמחה בו. נגילה
נגילה
ונשמחה,
ונשמחה,
נגילה ונשמחה בו. זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
עשה אדוני. זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
עשה אדוני. נגילה
נגילה
ונשמחה,
ונשמחה,
נגילה ונשמחה בו. נגילה ונשמחה,
ונשמחה,
נגילה ונשמחה בו. זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
עשה אדוני. זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
זה היום,
עשה אדוני.
It is my pleasure to invite up Ben Kaiser and his family to help lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. If you would like to follow along, we are on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-shabbat. Amen. L'chaim. I'll say motzi. You hold that? No? There you go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. May this Shabbat and every Shabbat be as magical as all of the Shabbatot that we experience at camp. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.